Yeah, but this
Yo, what's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well today. Today we ended up taking a trade on ES and we won, making back and mitigating both of the losses that we took on Monday and last Friday. So we ended up making $391. Before we were negative, I think $180, so around there, and we pushed the account balance back to positive. So that is always a good thing. So going into the day, I marked out this 50% level. That was point of interest. So the entire day I was pretty bearish, not really looking for longs. So as you can see right here, price did end up retracing back into this new week opening gap right here, this little green dotted line. Ended up pushing through it yesterday, and ended up retracing back into it early this morning at 3 a.m. Started pushing back up into it, right? And this is where we notice the smart money reversal for this market maker sell model right here. So we have buy side liquidity right here, and this is a high liquidity pool right here because price tapped into this fair value gap, this high time fair value gap, and it did not fill all the way. So there's a high left right here, and this is a high liquidity zone area right here, and it is a target for price, right? So price runs away from it for a little bit yesterday, and then targets it today. Retrace into it, hits this level of resistance, which makes this the smart money reversal for the market maker sell model. So now we go to the lower time frame. Let me delete these levels real quick. And you see that going into the day, we had this H1 order block, this hourly order block right here, right? And my overall thought process for this was that price would either, it was like kind of a if that then this statement. So we would either see price, sorry guys, we would either see price come into it and push up higher and inverse this 1 hour SIBI right here and inverse it and then go back into it and push higher from that, or we'll just see an overall drop below this bullish order block and continue lower, right? So that's what I was looking at, and it ended up panning out in the way that I wanted price to end up working out. So that's always a good thing. So this is the H1 SIBI that price retraced into at 10 a.m., the time that I start trading. And we see that there is a low resistant liquidity right here. This perfect trend line right here that I believe that price would end up taking, as well as this Asia low for my take profit for this trade. So right here we have this 15-minute inverse fair value gap, as well as this H1 SIBI that price retraces back up into. And then once we get to these two levels, when we retrace fully, this is where I enter, because I did miss my entry right here. I ended up taking the trade off of this level right here, right? This 25% level of this fair value gap, or this SIBI right here. So about right there. Put my stop loss above this high right here and targeted Asia low. Not the best risk to reward, but it's all right. It's all right, yeah. So I had multiple confluences, and also I was expecting a Judas swing at 10 a.m., right? So, because we had high impact news at 10 a.m., So throughout the day, throughout the early AM session, I was expecting accumulation, and then, which is what we had, accumulation, and then 10 a.m. news hits. We manipulate higher for accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We accumulate higher, manipulate higher, and then push lower, right? And that's exactly what happened. But very slowly, took hours. I mean, I was in the trade for about 5 hours. From really 10:30, let me turn on executions. From 10, sold at 10:35 and bought back at 3:25. So yeah, about 5 hours right there. So it takes patience, but once I got to this level right here, this sell side liquidity right here, halfway through this low resist liquidity, took a couple lows out already. I put my stop loss to break even, so lowered my stop loss all the way to break even. So if price did end up coming back up into my stop loss, I would lose nothing. It was a risk-free trade at that point, and that's what it's all about, and that's what you really need to learn how to do. And the more time you put in the marketplace, the more time you spend looking at charts, the more you'll figure out about this stuff, and you'll start to understand it more, right? So yeah, so break even, risk-free trade at this point. So just let price run, and it almost did stop me out by a tick right here. 2 ticks, almost stopped me out, 2 ticks, but it's all right. Price just completely dropped right there. 315 macro hit, and it just slapped my take profit right here. So 315 macro, and just dropped all the way down to this 50% level that we were talking about for my original bias, right? For it to hit this level, so tomorrow and for the rest of the week we can push up, right? So that was my breakdown of that. Now on DXY, this is also a big factor in my trading today. We see that we tapped in this 4-hour BISI early this morning, and we started to push up. And we had the same if that, then this statement, right? So I want to see this for me to continue to have my short bias or bearish bias on the indices. We would have to disrespect this resistance level, right? So I wanted to see price come down into this level, this 4-hour BISI, and then push higher, just completely disrespecting this bearish PD array and just pushing higher, and that's exactly what it did. We targeted this 1-hour SIBI. Once we hit this, dropped into this 1-hour BISI as well, respected it very well, and I mean, we just wicked the consequent encouragement of it, and that just gave me my bullish bias and overall targeting these equal highs right here. So that was my overall bias on DXY as well. If y'all learned anything today and found this helpful, drop a like and subscribe. Peace.